Don't know what Canva is, it's basically an all-in-one graphics design software that's online that you can create leaflets, brochures, presentations, social media assets, carousels, and brand assets, really for any sort of need that you will, like LinkedIn banners or anything like that. So it can definitely be helpful, especially if you're not a designer by trade. There's lots of great templates there you can use quickly and easy, but as a professional presentation designer, I want to see what it can actually do. So today is kind of like my little play, and I'm going to give you some honest thoughts of what I think about Canva and if it is viable for professional speakers or presenters to use it as a platform for their presentation. So just for context, I'm not on the pro plan, but you do get a lot more extra content for that in terms of templates and assets. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, we've got the design tab here. So we've got different layouts, and I guess these are the basic ones. So like ones for quotes, collages, links, bar charts, columns, and then obviously I can go to all. Now this particular slide I kind of wouldn't present like this, just because there's too much information, and also I don't tend to like things too centralized on a slide. It can work if you just have the text, you know, like a big bold heading like this on a slide, but I prefer just to keep things a bit more clean. But again, is it usable? Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm just going to delete this one because I probably wouldn't use that in a presentation. But let's go back to design. And so we've got title page, different types of title page, agenda. I always get asked for doing agenda slides. People love agenda slides. Personally, I just think you can speak the agenda. You don't need an agenda slide, but you know, people ask for them. They like them. I like this slide. This is a good slide in terms of presenting 3 clear points or 3 key ideas. We call this the rule of 3 in presentation design or communication design. So this works quite well. I do remember that you can go on the styles and you can just automatically apply a style. So right now it's just black and white, but if I go into some of these color combos, and personally I'm not sure about all of these, some of them are a bit crazy, like this one is a bit mad. But Poppins is a great font. So yeah, that looks pretty nice. Like I've done a slide like that for sure before. Let's go on text. No, design. Let's go back on design, and then let's go on layouts. Let's apply some more layouts to this presentation. So let's go for a chart. Let's go for, what else? Layouts. Sometimes it takes a while to load, because I guess I see what it's doing. It's giving me some AI generated examples of how to present the chart. Well, none of them are an improvement on what we have, really. I would just make the chart bigger, so I guess maybe that side, but then I don't really, some elements are locked. Okay, I guess you can get that with the pro plan. I wouldn't have this bar here, and I wouldn't have this bullet points here. I'd just make the chart like, maybe can I make this bigger, or is it just locked? Oh, it's locked, is it? Oh, it is locked, so unlock. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna make this a bit bigger. I would have the chart title here, but I wouldn't have it as big as this. And why is it open sans now and not it's not Poppins, which is what we were using in the document. So I guess it doesn't automatically detect what the fonts are for the but someone's going to point out in the comments that I've got that wrong. But yeah, if I was doing a chart like this, I would probably design it like this, and then I would highlight one of the item points. So like, say here, item 5 is 32, 15, 42, but it's like 120. I think that goes up to 120. So I might grab. People say the UI is like really easy to use, but I'm missing, like, I guess the elements are in here, so they're on this side, but I'd love the elements to be up there, so I could go grab a shape really quick. But I would do this. I would highlight what that is with a, I can't use that because that's the same. Could we do a color picker? Yes, we can. So I'm going to go with this color here. I'd do this and then add some text. So like 120. I'd add like 120 in here, and then I would make the text a dark color like so. Oh, actually I'd make it maybe, yeah, you could use black, and then make it pop-ins, and then if that was 120% or something, you could then make that more relevant. Maybe you would add a little bit text of context to what that means in the chart, but that's probably what I would do for a chart page. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Can I animate this? Animate. Okay, it says that straight from the, ooh, this is nice. I've not seen this before. So it automatically animates all the elements on the slide for you. That is cool. Fair play, Canva. That is cool. I do like that. Wipe, breathe. That's nice. That'd be nice for a chart. Breathe, drift. No, too long. Too confusing, too long. Tectonic, too long. Too much going on. Yeah, I think breathe looks nice. Again, it kind of zooms in a little bit, but that looks kind of cool. Maybe that goes on a bit too much. You want a simple animation, and you don't want something like that. Simple's always best, and you don't want every single slide to animate because it will distract from the audience, especially if there's too much going on. So is there any like a kind of hero slides? I don't see any hero. Okay, this kind of is one. Write a motivational quote or statement. Again, I wouldn't do it like that as a slide per se. And some of these layouts are okay, they're not great. Yeah, I mean, if I was doing a quote, I would just have something here. It's very finicky. It's easy to delete things, I've noticed. So you'd write your quote here and you just put it in this box, and maybe I'd make it central to the slide. Oh, actually, that's cool. So we can actually automatically scale down text just by dragging left or right on the nodes here. That is cool. But again, for consistency, if you're building a template, would the user know what size to make it? I'd like to control that if I was giving this as a template to somebody else, but yeah, I'd just have it like something like this. But that's cool. For the colors though, it's only kind of suggesting blue. I mean, I know there's black as well, but I would definitely have blue, then black, then blue, then black, maybe some white as well, just to break up the color. Because if you use too much of one color, you'll find your presentation just becomes kind of a blur. And also with the human brain, we don't pay attention to boring things. So once we've got that pattern recognition going, we kind of tune out after a while. So you want to disrupt it with like another slide that breaks that up. So if you're going blue, we go black, then we go blue again, maybe white. But let me see if I can add some more. What else can we do in here? Anything usable? Where's like a 1, 2, 3 points one, where it's just numbers? Let's see this one. Can I individually grab these? No. I can change it. Can I change the icons? I think it's locked again. Let me just see. You can scale it, but I can't see. It's unlocked. It is unlocked. But total items, there we go. Like so 10. Okay, fill items 6. That's really handy. Spacing 1. Okay, cool. Make it a bit more spaced out. That's cool. And I can change it to housing. I guess you're kind of limited though to what icons are in here, but I mean most of them could be usable. But I mean, if you wanted to do a specific infographic, let's say how fire is Canva as a design, oh no, as a slide tool. And I'm going to give it fill 5 out of 10 so far. Might seem harsh, but I'm a tough man to please. So yeah, so again, for consistency, it doesn't seem to automatically apply the text that you have. Maybe you can set that up because it has recommended fonts here. So, but obviously I know Poppins is what we want to use consistently across. But you know, I might do something like this, but you know what, I would probably want to have I'd probably want to, let's see if no spacing, fill items 5. No, I would kind of want to edit this so I could make it more of a square, so it looks more interesting. But it's pretty good. Now, what about line spacing? Okay, that's fast. That's much faster than PowerPoint. Fair dues. I like that. Because a lot of the time with text, what you'll notice is that sometimes you'll get these texts where it's like really spaced like this and the line spacing's horrible. But this might be the font that you want to use. So you just want to bring the letter spacing down, make it a bit tighter. And it looks nice, doesn't it? It looks more pro and more professional. Line spacing, you don't want to go too tight. I mean, this would probably be, that's too tight. You know, you want to give the letters and sentences room to breathe, but just a little tweak like that can make your presentation look much better. And now probably what I would do is maybe do something like this, like make it what's going on with my keyboard today? Crazy stuff. Yeah, so, and then because that's black, I would probably choose another color to black. I don't think black works per se because it's a bit dark. The contrast is hard to see, but I'm gonna just make this bigger like here, and then I'm going to probably just try and resize this because I kind of want to tuck it underneath. That is, see, in PowerPoint, if I move this down, it would automatically like shift the out of 10 underneath each other. Maybe I'm using the wrong one. Yes, I am. There you go. That's not obvious. So the node just resizes, but this stretches out the text box. Okay, so does that work on here? Cool. Now I'm getting the hang of it. So yeah, I'd probably do something like this. It's a shame I can't, again, fix the spacing between... Oh, I can. And so he says wrongly. I stand corrected, said the man in the orthopedic shoes. So, yeah, so this is pretty cool. I'm going to hats off to Canva. I think I might give you... Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh here. Maybe we move it to 7, I think, here. Sorry if somebody from Canva's watching this. I am, like I said, I'm a tough man to please. Plus, I've been using PowerPoint professionally for 13 years, so you must forgive me. But yeah, I'd do something like this, and maybe make it like 7 now out of 10. 7 fires out of 10. Congrats, Canva. But again, for consistency, all the slides seem to be kind of boxed in the middle here, and that's kind of a short window, what I call slide real estate. So if I just get a shape here, so really like where we're designing for the screen is kind of here. So it's kind of in this little window, and I would really like to space out the content a bit more, because you've got this entire slide which I call the slide real estate, and you don't really want to be using like cramming things in there. So this is actually a really good way to get better at slide design, by the way, by using like a sort of a transparent shape or something like this, just to show how much room you're actually using with your content. But what I would do is I'd actually want to move this more to the left and give it a bit of breathing space, and actually make this whole thing bigger and shift it to the right. You know, that now that's looking like a cool slide. and quite easy to do. Let's have a look at some more graphics now, because I'm kind of interested in what you can add in here. So can we change individual elements of this, or is it just a graphic? Smart crop, rotate, okay, right. Can we change individual? Oh, we can. No freaking way. Oh, that is cool. So these are SVG then, huh? Let's go rainbow. I haven't watched rainbow before. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I like birds, so let's go with a bird. Put the bird here, and then the bird we can actually change into the colors of the kind of the presentation, I guess. So we could give its wing black. No, I don't want to make the bird that dark. There, that looks nice. And then its wing, let's change it all green. I just wanted to change that. How can I make its wing? How could I just change the wing? Here, green, blue. Yeah, cool. See, that blends in now. And the same goes for this. I would probably again have it maybe some colors off the deck, maybe black, and then it doesn't really look like a rainbow though, but you get the point. So yeah, so maybe something like this. And then if we go back to here and just copy and paste. Also, I think whenever you do an element, it makes it so much quicker just to copy and paste, and then you can start making a nice little slide. This is nice though, how you can do this. And these elements are completely scalable and easy to use. Okay, fair play, Canva, fair play. This is much quicker than if I was doing it in PowerPoint. Not saying PowerPoint's bad, not saying Canva's going to overtake, but like I said, I am impressed. Let's go send to back. So if you didn't know, you can send things. This is similar to PowerPoint. You can bring to the forward, align to center, duplicate as well. Is it Control D to duplicate? It is, yes. Can it do? It can. Well done. That is one of my favorite shortcuts. So Control D, duplicate, drag to where you want the next element, and then Control D again, and you get a perfectly duplicated and spaced element out. So if we were doing like a numbered slide or something, you know, you could do that quickly and recreate those elements. So I'm just gonna grab this, and then look at this quickly. Turns out what is going on with my keyboard today? Some funky stuff, and I'm probably gonna realize that I'm in a what is going on with my keyboard? There we go. And then we can effects. Okay, cool. Some curved. I like that. That's nice. That's a better curve tool. Okay, turns out pretty cool. Then we can do that. Put that there. Maybe drag this a bit over there. No. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. How far is Canva as a slide tool? Turns out pretty cool. Nice little infographic. Okay, quite quickly. I mean, what are we on in terms of time? Like 19 minutes. Already got quite a nice looking presentation here. How easy is it to add an image to a background? That's key. So format. You can lock background, delete background. So here we go. Add your brand colors. These are just colors. Can I add an image to the background? Can't see it. Doesn't seem obvious. I guess there's elements, and then you can add Cool that you can add quizzes and polls. I've always wanted PowerPoint to have that, like interactive quizzes. That's a big miss from Microsoft. They should have added that many years ago. Mock-ups, very helpful. Very, very helpful to have stuff like this here. Oh, okay. Very nice. And I guess you can just click into this then and change your picture. Just drag any image into the mock-up and it just goes. Okay, I don't need to test that. I believe it works. But that is nice how we have some of these mock-ups. Let's go in the outdoor ones. But you have to scale the image though to full screen. I mean, it doesn't take too long, but it'd be really nice if it just kind of automatically applied that to the slide. I'm sure you can add a background, surely, to the slide. Must be able to. Anyway, I'll find out that later. But so far, nice. And can you create your own default text style? So if I set this, and then if I go, you can give it alt text. That's nice. Good for accessibility. Can I set this as default text styles? So maybe it's because it's in the brand kit, and then I can do that in the brand kit. But it'd be nice if I could just click on this and say, this is a default style. But I'll show you something cool. If I wanted to make this text the same as the top text, I could just go copy style, which is Control-Alt-C. So Control-Alt-C, and then you click on this, press Control-Alt-V. It's just going to copy the exact same text style over. So if you design something nice that you want to apply to the rest of the slide, Control-Alt-C, Control-Alt-V, and it will give you a really, really nice thing. So yeah, so we've seen the animations. So you can do specific entire slides, which is cool. Some of them better than others. I'd like to be able to control the specific animation, but you know, I think you might be able to do that somewhere, but because you've got appear on click and then click order. So you can do individual flicker, pulse, wiggle, stomp, scrapbook, that's weird, neon, tumble, tectonic, drift, baseline, breathe, blur, wipe, pop, rise. Oh, it's got my favorite: rise, pan, fade. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. Yeah, in terms of is it easy to, and it does suggest a lot of like layouts, but these aren't better than mine, so it's easy to ruin what you have. And also there are lots of different templates, and I'll do that in another video, having a look at some of the templates in here. But generally, yeah, there's some really, really good stuff. The only thing I've noticed is there's no like master slides version, so I can't go in here and like edit the template. There is styles to create, so you can create your own styles and brand, but I can't create my own, like, doesn't seem I can easily create my own layouts unless you have to pay to get that, to set up a style brand or something like that. But just for consistency, there doesn't seem to be any master slide settings or any kind of placeholders. I guess you can lock things in place that you don't want people to edit, but that's never a good idea, just generally. Where is the oh yeah, that's one thing. Like, is there a I can't see anywhere, like, there's no rulers. Let's go back. Did I just lose all that? No. There's no rulers. I can't see any rulers. And the analytics, I've heard, is cool because you can see how many people click through your presentation. And if I go into present mode, I can do presenter view, record, autoplay, present, but there's no presenter notes. Oh, there is, just here. Sorry, my bad. I keep saying there's not, and then it corrects me. But no, generally, I am impressed. I'm, you know, tip my hat to Canva. They've done a good job, and also it seems like you can upload your own things. There's also like a drawing tool, which I do like. Like you can just, you know, highlight stuff. That is really, really nice. I've wanted PowerPoint to have like a marker like that you could do and edit. So if you're presenting, you could just kind of like, you know, highlight stuff. But yeah, that's cool. And there's lots of different elements you can add. I wonder if you can do video. I'm assuming you can. Yeah, you can add videos in. That's cool. And audio, interesting. Yeah, so I'm very, and there's an AI generator, so you could just add in like inspire me. Okay, can I add filmic? Let's add a duck in. Filmic, generate images. Let's just do one of these, and then I guess you can add an AI generated graphics straight into your presentation in PowerPoint. I'm gonna have to go somewhere like Midjourney to get that. So yeah, that's nice. That's not usable, but it's cool that you can do that very, very quickly. So yeah, I have to say credit to Canva. And there's lots of other things I think I would do with these designs to make them better, but there, you know, there's different lines you can do. I'd like to be able to just draw sometimes my own lines, because you have to kind of use what's here already. But there's enough elements, I think, to play around with it, like these different shapes. You could do something cool with this to make like a kind of, you know, like a wave effect. And then if you put some text on here and down here, you know, we're making some cool looking slides quite quickly, quite easily. So yeah. So this is my honest opinion. Is it good for building templates? I think it's missing some things for building templates, even though it's got commenting and, you know, different things you can leave comments on for feedback. But so there you go, just my initial thoughts on using Canva as a presentation platform, but it certainly has a lot to offer, and I'm definitely going to start doing some Canva decks for my clients if they require them, and I can definitely see it challenging PowerPoint long term as well. So yeah, so thank you if you've watched the whole video, thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this, I have some other videos on my channel where I show you what I would do when I'm designing a presentation for a particular thought leader or brand, so have a look at those. I call them my deck diaries. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time. Take care for now. Bye bye.